Hi guys, welcome back to I Slay Spina Bifida. Here on this channel, we slay in all obstacles that comes our way. Welcome to my new subscribers and welcome back to my old day one originals. Welcome back. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Because I like to interact with my family. So yeah, today I am going to address the elephant in the room, and no, it has nothing to do with YouTube. So but the elephant in the room is Spina Bifida Association. If you guys don't know what Spina Bifida Association is or what they do, they basically provide medical resources for children and adults living with spina bifida. And the reason why I call it the elephant in the room is because they provide all kinds of resources of surgeons and specialists who's doctors who specialize in spina bifida. But my problem with Spina Bifida Association is the transportation issue. You providing all of this information about surgeons and things like that, and they do other human resources, for adults living with spina bifida, like, they have like social gathering and stuff for adults with spina bifida. But if you really care about our well-being living with spina bifida, and I'm talking about adults that are over 18, over 20, and we're still living, my problem with that is, how come you can't give us more information about transportation issues that we're having? And I know I'm not the only one in Chicago. Illinois is having problems with ADA paratransit. And I know for a fact there are a lot of people are complaining about this issue, to the point where they are trying to sue these people because of the poor service that they are having. But my question to Spina Bifida Association, if you are listening and you just so happen to pass my channel, my suggestion to you guys is, I believe you can do more with the transportation. You can improve. Like, if you have all these resources for surgeons and things like that, how come you can't give us resources for, families and adults living with spina bifida? Just help us to address, how can we purchase a wheelchair accessible van? Like, can you give us resources on sponsorships, how to receive grants? What's the quickest way to receive a grant? Because if you want us to live long, healthier, and productive lives, we need our transportation to be on time to take us to these doctor's appointments. And I don't see anywhere that you guys would help us on that. And I in my opinion, I believe that should be part of living a long, healthier, and productive lives as a person living with spina bifida. Not just spina bifida, but for the whole disability community. Because there are a lot of other people that don't have spina bifida, and they have a disability, and they have to rely on paratransit, who is not reliable to be on time to take us to our doctor's appointments. And I'm just getting like really fed up with it, because I've missed once again another doctor's appointment. And it's like it's really getting to me. Like I'm just fed up, and I really want to address this, and I really want some answers. Spina Bifida Association, what else can you give us about, getting to the doctor's appointments on time? And I've tried addressing how I could get transportation with the clinic that provides rides. They're not on time as well. So my only option is, what if people like myself have family members who is willing to take us to our doctor's appointments, but they don't have the vehicle to transport us to take us to the doctor's appointment. Is there any way that you guys could help us get to these doctor's appointments? Is there any way that you guys could provide any sponsorship, any resources on how to purchase a vehicle that is wheelchair accessible, so that we can get to these surgeons and these specialists that you guys put out there for us? I mean, that's the only way we can live long, healthier, productive lives. We have to go see the doctor. And I just don't understand. And you're well known about, specializing in clinics that people and their families need to go see to help. And it seems like you're helping more with the children's than the adults. Like I said, I've received letters about, socializing and things like that. Different outings that people have dealing with who are dealing with or living with spina bifida. So I just don't understand, is there another way that you could give us some resources? Because here in Illinois, they only provided the ADA paratransit, which is not reliable. And it's like you guys have to do better. If you claim that you're for the people, and you're helping, you want to help people, especially children and adults living with spina bifida, you have to be, I say you supposed to be on that, and it's like you're really not. And so if anybody is listening and you are affiliated with Spina Bifida Association, or you're working in that organization, or anybody, I just want some answers, because it doesn't seem like you're really helping. You're giving out resources about specialists and surgeons, which is a good thing. I'm not knocking that down. But how are we going to get to these specialists and surgeons on time when we make these appointments? Excuse me, y'all. If we can't get there on time because of ADA paratransit, we just cannot rely on them. We can't rely on them. And there are people with spina bifida, living with spina bifida, who are adults. Some of us don't have cars. And I know there are people out there with spina bifida drive cars. I do. I know some people. But there are people who's not able to drive cars like myself because of poor vision. Um, and there are people out there that can't take fixed routes. Like, we can't take public transportation. Once again, poor vision and other things. We can't be out in the cold air. We get real sick. You can't be out there in the heat because of hydrocephalus. So these things are really important to me because I'm a person that has a disability and I'm living with spina bifida. And I'm just trying to be a voice for others who may not have the guts to be on a platform like mine and talking to people about transportation and other issues in the disability community. I'm trying to be a voice not for myself, but for everybody else that is suffering from, being held or hindered because of our transportation and they're not being on time. So yeah, that's the elephant in the room for me. Like, y'all do everything else besides helping us trying to find information on receiving grants or sponsorships or anything that would help us to purchase these wheelchair accessible vans. And they are very expensive. Like, my mother called me the other day and she was saying, well, we found something for you, but it is so expensive. And she told me it was like $35,000. That kind of money I definitely don't have because I don't have a job. I'm on fixed income. And, my parents, they have good paying jobs or whatever, but it's still too expensive for their pockets. So how can you help families to, purchase a wheelchair accessible van? How can you do that? Spina Bifida Association. I'm talking to you guys. And if you like I said, if you run into this video, I don't mind you saying something in the comments, or I'm gonna leave my email address and you guys could say something to me on my email. But and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to blast you. I'm not trying to do all of those things, but I'm just trying to get to the root of the problem. And, not only my doctor's appointment is important, I do want to work. I want to work, but I can't rely on transportation to get me to my job on time. I will be fired. Another thing is my health would be a hindrance if I'm on a job and I haven't seen my doctors in months because of my transportation. There are some certain things about spina bifida that could hinder me from working. And I'm being transparent when I say this. And if you guys don't want to hear it, I'm sorry. But my bladder is one of my hindrances. I don't want to be on the job because I have issues with my bladder, which I'm trying to fix if I can get to the doctor on time. It's not happening right now. And it's very frustrating because I'm the type of person I used to be. Like, I want to go out. I want to be out the house. I want to be doing something productive. At one point I did have a job, but that program is not there anymore. So I don't have a job. But now, I want to have a job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very grateful for, the little government check that I get, but it's not enough. And Some of y'all that are on fixed income, y'all know what I'm talking about. It is not enough. It's not. And like I said, I'm grateful for it now, but I want a job. I want to be able to, bring more to the table. But I can't do that because transportation is one of my issues. I would like to have my own transportation because I know for a fact that I won't be late for anything that's important for me, my job and my doctor's appointment. But it's like I'm being hindered from that right now. I'm being hindered from that. And it's very, very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. And I just feel like Spina Bifida Association, y'all need to do better. You really do. You really need to do better. If you want us to live long, healthier lives, and you want us to get to these surgeons that you provide, you can provide more than one resource about transportation, because everybody knows that from where I live, everybody knows in Illinois that paratransit in our area is not it. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that they're getting sued because of that problem. So again, Spina Bifida Association, if anybody's listening and you work in that area, or you work with Spina Bifida Association, where's the help? Where's the help with transportation? It has to be more than one resource that you guys could help us with. I mean, information about receiving grants, and it's the quickest way for us to get these vehicles, and so that we can make it to our appointments and to our jobs and things like that. Let us know, because I'm grateful for that. I would be so much grateful, and it'll be a help to not just for me, but for my brothers and sisters who's out there living with spina bifida. So I just need to know. I really need to know, and we have to do better. We do. We really have to do better. And I just hope that someone could answer my question, because I really want to know. Like, and you would think for an organization like that, who's been around since 1973, they, will probably constantly, learn about, things that's going on in a disability community, not just for people with spina bifida, but for all walks of life, who has all types of disability. We need to know, how can we get some resources on purchasing a wheelchair accessible van? That's all. We're not asking to, for anybody to just come out their pockets and pay. Is there a grant where they can help pay? We come with one half, and then they, the grant will pay for the rest. Something. Do you guys know anything besides paratransit? Because they're not working. They're not being helpful. It's not at all. I've had a rough week once again with paratransit. They were late. They were late for my doctor's appointment, and by the time they came and picked me up, it was 3 other people in there, and I was the last drop off to my appointment. So I knew I was gonna be late. Oh no, I wasn't gonna be late. I was gonna miss it. They was late coming to pick me up, so I knew I was gonna miss it. So it was like, it wasn't no point to getting in that van, because you missed your appointment. You're gonna be missing your appointment. You're the last one to be dropped off. And so I had to reschedule. And I hated that I had to do that. But it's like they leave me no choice. And it's very frustrating. You know, I sometimes I just wish my eyes wasn't so bad. I go and ask my parent to help me buy a car, you know, and I just drive myself to my appointments. But it's not easy like that. It's not like that, you know. And so I just feel that, you know, I had to address that elephant in the room, and that is you, Spina Bifida Association. I really want to know, with all due respect, like I say, I'm not trying to blast you all. I'm not trying to, you know, tear y'all name down or whatever. I just want to know, is there any more help that you can do? Anything else that you can do to provide the help for people who are living with spina bifida, who don't have cars, who don't take fixed routes, public transportation, who has, you know, taken paratransit, but they're late for everything. So is there anything else that you guys can do to help? Because we want to live longer and productive lives. I know I do. You know, and I thank God for the 41 years that He's already given me. But I want to live longer. You know, I have my kids, my nieces and nephews are my children, and I want to see them grow up. I have three great niece and nephew. I have two great nephews, and one great niece. I want to see them grow up and, you know, go off to college and things like that. But how can I do that and I'm not seeing my doctors like I'm supposed to be seeing them? You know, I just want to know. You know, like I said, I don't mean no harm. I just wanted to address that because, you know, it's just seemed like you guys are only sending out information about specialists and stuff and trying to prevent the mothers from and their child to you know, have the symptoms of spina bifida, or if there's any children or adults living with spina bifida, you're providing the surgeons and things like that. But like I said, how can we get to the surgeons that you're providing and you're not providing enough resources on transportation? So that's all I want to know, guys. I really want to know. If you guys made it to the end of this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I know I said I was going to try to go live last Saturday, but it didn't work out that way because my phone needs to be charged, and I have a charger that makes my phone charge slowly. So I'm going to try again this weekend. I'm not making any promises, but I'm going to try. And I hope I'll be able to talk to you guys then. But I'm going to drop another video tomorrow, definitely. And yeah, so always remember that I love you, but God loves you more. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Mwah.